What happens when a Texas gunslinger builds a fortress in Kansas City? You don't just get a house, you get a Mahomes-made kingdom where Sundays feel like Super Bowl Sunday and the backyard literally looks like a sports network set. Patrick Mahomes didn't just buy a mansion. He built a lifestyle shrine with his name painted in the end zone. Welcome to the untold story of America's champion quarterback, where the game never really ends. It just moves into the backyard. Before we peek inside that luxury turf palace, we've got to rewind the highlight reel. Because this story doesn't start with a mansion. It starts with a kid in Tyler, Texas, whose arm looked like it was forged in a comic book. Patrick Mahomes II was basically born into the major leagues. His dad pitched in the MLB, his mom had competitive energy to spare, and sports weren't optional. They were family currency. Little Pat was the kid who treated recess like game day. In high school, he wasn't just on the team, he was the team. Baseball, he threw a no-hitter. Basketball, he dropped buckets like gravity took the day off. Football, try over 4,600 yards and 50 touchdowns in one season. Yeah, 50. At that point, defenses weren't even tackling. They were just clapping. Scouts swarmed like paparazzi. The Detroit Tigers drafted him. Imagine that, MLB calling, and Patrick just shrugs. Cool offer, but I like my helmets with face masks. He chose football, not because it was safer, it's definitely not, but because it's where his heart and his highlight reel belonged. Texas Tech saw the storm coming. Once he got the starting gig, the numbers went from good to, someone check the scoreboard, it might be broken. One game against Oklahoma, 734 passing yards. That's not a game, that's a cheat code. By the end of college, he'd turned the playbook into a Marvel script. Every throw was cinematic, every drive was chaos you couldn't look away from. The Kansas City Chiefs noticed. In 2017, they traded up to grab him with the 10th pick. And the rest? That's sports movie history. Rookie year, he sat behind Alex Smith, studied the system, waited his turn. Then 2018 hit, and the man detonated. 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, NFL MVP, the youngest to ever do it. Kansas City went from barbecue capital to holy smokes, did you see that pass capital? The city didn't just find a quarterback, they found a savior with a cannon arm and a baseball player's confidence. And here's the thing, for Mahomes, that wasn't even the peak. Because if his career is a highlight reel, his home life looks like the bonus content. He didn't just buy a mansion, he turned it into a symbol. Think luxury, but make it athletic. Because when you're Patrick Mahomes, even your lawn needs goalposts. Up next, the backyard that looks like Arrowhead Stadium shrunk in the dryer and landed behind his house. Forget home sweet home. This is home sweet half football field. And once you see what's inside, you'll understand why even Tom Brady might be jealous. So picture this. You drive through Kansas City's quiet luxury neighborhoods and suddenly, boom, you spot a property that looks like ESPN built a summer home. That's Patrick Mahomes' mansion. Back in 2021, he dropped around $400,000 just for the land, like he was reserving a plot for greatness. 2 years later, that dirt turned into a full-blown architectural flex. Part resort, part sports museum, and part you can't afford to blink near this place. The first thing that smacks you in the face isn't even the house. It's the backyard. Mahomes didn't build a patio. He built a football field. Half-size, sure, but painted with end zones, his name and his logo. You read that right. This man has his own logo in his backyard. It's like Arrowhead Stadium took a shrink pill and decided to retire behind his house. You half expect Andy Reid to pop out of the bushes holding a clipboard. And when he's not launching passes to friends at barbecues, there's a golf hole. Not a putting green, a par 3 golf hole, because apparently mini golf is too relatable. Add in an infinity pool flowing into a private pond, and it's giving NFL Kingpin meets Zen Master. You've also got a cart path wrapped in flowers, just in case Patrick ever wants to drive to his mailbox like it's Augusta National. Now let's go inside. The interior? It's like if Restoration Hardware and a Gatorade commercial had a baby. 5 bedrooms, sleek bathrooms, and a main suite that looks like it was built to erase the memory of every sack he's ever taken. The place is calm, minimal, and still somehow screams, "I have a $500 million contract." And then there's the kitchen, or as I like to call it, the culinary stadium. Not one, not two, but 3 kitchen islands. Because when you host Super Bowl watch parties, you don't pass the dip, you pass a whole countertop. It's like Mahomes dared Martha Stewart to out-host him. But he didn't stop there. A fully stocked bar stands ready for victory celebrations. A heated guest suite makes sure no one leaves after the party. The infinity pool out back isn't just for swimming, it's a statement. It sparkles like his MVP trophies under the Kansas sun. The whole estate looks less like a house and more like what happens when success, confidence, and Pinterest have a meeting. And yet, that's just the Kansas City setup. Down in Texas, Mahomes has another fortress, one that's all about modern luxury. In 2020, he scooped up a $3.4 million estate near Vaquero Golf Course in Dallas. Because of course, when you're not throwing touchdowns, you might as well be working on your handicap. The Dallas house, it's like a luxury magazine came to life. Walk in and there's a 2-story entryway that announces, "Yes, you're in the home of someone who makes $50 million a year." The staircase doesn't even curve, it poses. There's a climate-controlled wine room because apparently Mahomes' Merlot deserves the same treatment as his throwing arm. The master suite, absolute spa energy, an infinity edge tub, a shower big enough to host a post-game interview, and a closet that could double as a small apartment. It's calm, it's stylish, and it's unapologetically elite. And the kitchen? Oh, the kitchen. 2 marble islands. Professional-grade everything. Enough seating for a team dinner. Picture Mahomes and the entire offensive line eating steaks in there and still having room for dessert. Floor-to-ceiling windows open to a backyard oasis, pool, sun deck, fire pit, outdoor grill setup that probably intimidates Gordon Ramsay. This isn't just luxury, it's precision-engineered relaxation. The house feels like a victory lap that never ends. It's not loud wealth, it's if you know wealth. Every detail whispers MVP, even when it's silent. But hold that thought, because Mahomes' luxury doesn't stop at houses. His garage could qualify as an exhibit at an auto museum. And the best part? Every car in there tells a different story, from his early hustle to his superstar swagger. Up next, Mahomes' car collection, fast, loud, and flashier than the Super Bowl halftime show. So let's talk about the garage, the most dangerous place in Kansas City if you have commitment issues, because every car in here is pure temptation. First up, the Ferrari F8 Tributo. Price tag? About $320,000. Horsepower? 710. Translation? This thing can outrun your student loans. It goes from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, which is roughly the same time it takes Mahomes to read a defense. This car doesn't just move, it announces itself. If confidence had wheels, this would be it. Then there's the Genesis G70. Sleek, sharp, and surprisingly humble, like if a tuxedo had Bluetooth. It's the official ride from his sponsorship deal with Genesis, proving that Mahomes isn't just smart on the field, he's playing chess with branding too. The G70 isn't the loudest car in the lineup, but it's the one that says, "Yeah, I can afford 10 Ferraris, but I also enjoy a smooth commute." Next up, the Chevrolet Suburban, because even MVPs need space for diaper bags, golf clubs, and, an entire family. When you're hauling Brittany, the kids, and possibly a few teammates, the Suburban is your best friend. It's less about horsepower and more about, are we there yet? Comfort. Every empire needs a family wagon, and this one's bulletproof, metaphorically and probably literally. But don't get too cozy, because then you open the garage door and boom, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The SUV that doesn't drive, it glides. Priced around $340,000, it's the kind of car that makes you feel like you're being chauffeured by destiny. Inside, hand-stitched leather, wood trims, and silence so deep you could hear a critic doubting you from miles away. This is what he drives when he's not trying to get somewhere fast, just somewhere fabulous. And tucked quietly beside all that horsepower and ego, there's an Infiniti Q60. Doesn't sound like much compared to the Ferrari, right? But this one's got history. It's from his early days, before the MVP, before the $500 million deal. The car might be modest, but it's sentimental. It's proof that even when you upgrade your life, you keep a few reminders of where it started. The Q60 is that nostalgia on wheels. Now, if his garage screams success, his wrist whispers legacy. Because Patrick Mahomes' watch collection is straight out of a Bond movie. We're talking nearly $1 million worth of wrist candy, Rolexes, Omegas, and enough sparkle to make time itself jealous. He started with the Rolex Daytona two-tone, around $21,000. Sleek, timeless, and elegant. The kind of watch that looks just as good calling plays as it does raising champagne. Then came the Rolex Yachtmaster 2, priced around $25,000. Designed for people who race yachts, not pay rent. Add the Rolex GMT Master 2, another $25,000. Perfect for a man who basically lives in multiple time zones between flights, games, and endorsement shoots. But then, there's the watch, the crown jewel. The Rolex Daytona Rainbow, a $500,000 piece of art covered in diamonds and sapphires. It's not just a watch, it's a statement that says, I didn't buy time, I own it. When he wears it, you can practically hear money ticking. And if you think he stops there, think again. He's got an Omega Seamaster Aquaterra in solid gold, about $36,000. The perfect blend of style and strength. Because even when Mahomes checks the time, it's gotta be iconic. All of this bling and speed comes with a question. Where's all this money coming from? The answer, everywhere. Patrick Mahomes isn't just an athlete. He's an empire with a football problem. His net worth? Around $90 million and climbing like it's got no ceiling. Sure, that $500 million Chiefs contract helps. 10 years, up to $503 million. The kind of deal that makes monopoly money look weak. Then in 2023, they restructured it, guaranteeing him over $210 million through 2026. That's about $52 million a year, or roughly $143,000 every day. Let that sink in. He makes your annual salary during breakfast. And that's just the football side. Off the field, Mahomes is basically the poster child for endorsements. Adidas, check Oakley, check State Farm, Subway, T-Mobile, Head & Shoulders, even Hunt's ketchup. Yes, ketchup, because he once said he puts it on everything. And the brand basically said, sign him now. The man could endorse air and people would buy it. But the real power move? Ownership. Mahomes didn't just buy cars, he bought teams. A minority stake in the Kansas City Royals, part ownership in Sporting Kansas City, and the Kansas City Current with Brittany. He even jumped into Formula One, investing in the Alpine F1 team alongside Rory McIlroy and Travis Kelce. That's not spending, that's dynasty building. And he's not stopping at sports. He's brought Texas's beloved Whataburger franchise to Kansas City, because if you can't find home cooking, build it yourself. He launched Thrones Sports Coffee and even co-produced Netflix hit docuseries Quarterback through his company, 2 PM Productions. Basically, if it makes headlines or caffeine, Mahomes is probably involved. But here's the best part. The man gives back. For every dollar he earns, there's a ripple effect that hits communities, kids, and causes across the country. And that's where his story goes from luxury to legacy. For all the zeros in his bank account, Patrick Mahomes' biggest flex might be what he gives away. In 2019, he launched the 15 and the Mahomes Foundation. The name's a clever nod to his jersey number. But the mission? Dead serious. The foundation focuses on improving the lives of kids through health programs, education, and community support. You know you've made it when your charity sounds like a brand. He's built playgrounds, donated to children's hospitals, and funded after-school programs across Kansas City, proving that for Mahomes, winning off the field matters just as much as it does under the lights. But he doesn't just write checks and smile for photos. The guy actually shows up. He's on the ground meeting kids, talking to families, doing the work. And when the country started facing tough conversations about race and justice, Mahomes didn't duck behind a PR statement. He spoke up. In 2020, he joined other NFL players to call out police brutality and demand accountability from the league itself. This wasn't performative, it was purposeful. The same leadership that drives him to fourth-quarter comebacks shows up when the stakes aren't measured in points, but in people. And when election season rolled around, he launched a voter registration drive in Kansas City, pushing young fans to use their voices. Imagine being motivated to vote because your favorite quarterback told you to. Now that's influence with impact. It's no wonder Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Not once, but 3 times. That's not just celebrity status, that's cultural gravity. Then came his biggest give back yet, a $5 million donation to his alma mater, Texas Tech University. That money went toward a new football training center, helping future athletes chase the same dream he once had. It's full circle stuff, from college phenom to NFL legend to benefactor. The man literally funded the next generation of quarterbacks trying to replace him. That's either generosity or the ultimate power move, maybe both. And through all the chaos, the spotlight, and the trophies, one thing grounds him: family. Patrick's love story with Brittany Matthews is straight out of a Netflix rom-com with more touchdowns. High school sweethearts from Texas, they've been together since before the fame, before the money, before the mansion. He proposed to her at Arrowhead Stadium on the same day he got his Super Bowl ring, because nothing says romantic like 80,000 fans and a championship vibe. 2 years later, they tied the knot in Hawaii, surrounded by ocean views and an Instagram filter's dream lighting. But Brittany's not just Mrs. Mahomes. She's a former pro soccer player, certified personal trainer, and co-owner of the Kansas City Current, their city's women's soccer team. Power couple energy? Off the charts. Between her business ventures and his sports empire, they're basically Kansas City's version of Jay-Z and Beyoncé, if Beyoncé occasionally wore a helmet. Together, they've built a lively, tight-knit family with 3 kids who already have more fan accounts than most influencers. Their social media is a mix of luxury and relatability. Family costumes at Halloween, pool days, mini football drills in the backyard. It's chaotic in the best way. For all the private jets and Super Bowl rings, Mahomes is still that guy doing dad duties with a toddler hanging off one arm and a playbook in the other. And that's what makes him stand out. Sure, he's got the mansion, the fleet of cars, the watch collection worth more than your house, and a bank account that laughs in direct deposit. But beneath all the shine, Patrick Mahomes is still the kid from Tyler who believed he could do it, and then built a life so epic that even his backyard became a symbol of the dream. He's not just redefining what it means to be a quarterback, he's rewriting what it means to win, on the field, in business, in family, and in giving back. The man doesn't just score touchdowns, he multiplies them into legacies. So next time you see Mahomes launching a 40-yard bomb or celebrating another Super Bowl, remember, that same fire built everything from half football fields to full-blown empires. His story isn't just about throwing passes, it's about passing forward. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed diving into the world of Patrick Mahomes, the man who turned touchdowns into an entire lifestyle, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next deep dive into the world's most fascinating icons. Because here, every mansion tells a story, and every legend starts with a dream, sometimes in a backyard painted with your own name.